and he said, "Bring your IDs, boys." And we're like, "What? Is our owner going to bring us to a strip club?" We're like, "Where the hell are we going?"
You are now tuned in to the Dan and Brodes Show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dan and Brodes Show. Dan was on vacation, work, I don't know what you want to call it. But before we get into that, how was the Little League World Series? That's a cool experience.
Well, I didn't get to see any of the actual games, but Williamsport itself is unreal. I would call it a staycation. I just kind of worked for like 8 hours. For the most part, it was a vacation. It was a one-day work trip / vacation. I like the new setup you got going on over there, man. We're a little bit closer to your face. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like it. I like it.
Okay. All right. I'll take that as a compliment. Let's go into the Phillies, because I don't know if I can compliment them. Listen, I'm confused right now, and I'd like to text you during hot, heated moments to give you my full energy and what I'm feeling for the day. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they're good.
Which means my phone never stops buzzing.
Yeah, dude, sometimes I just get rolling, man. I just get rolling. I'm sorry. I need someone to rant to.
Well,
so
hey, I was at the gym for the 10-run inning yesterday, so, you know, kept me occupied.
So the last we talked was the Padres series, and that was ugly. And then we move on to the Red Sox series, where we split. And the first game I thought was a very winnable game, and that was Nick Pivetta, and he pitched well. The bats were not there. We held them to 2 runs, and both home runs, it was a pinch hit and then the bottom of the order guy. So, I mean, we should have won that game, and our offense sucked. And then the second game, we end up winning in a greasy one with Wilson Ramos being the addition. How do you feel about that, how the Boston series played out as a whole?
Honestly, I'm okay with it. I think we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about the San Diego series. Splitting with Boston is a win, really, if you think about it. They're 9-3 against the National League this year, 2-2 against us. I'll chalk that up as a very thick W. It's tough to beat a team like that twice in a row. But Wilson Ramos, we've hit on this before. I think he adds a dynamic to our lineup. A little bit of pop from a position that's been extremely bad for us offensively this year. Andrew Knapp. Let's move on from Andrew Knapp. Jorge Alfaro has a great arm. He's a good defensive player, and he's shown moments. He went deep yesterday, but he's not the most consistent hitter in the world, at least not yet. Wilson Ramos adds some significant pop, makes the lineup deep. That's the thing. It makes it deep.
Yeah, no, I called him out and said, you know, he's a guy who's a veteran around the league, and we were in a downward spot right there, and we need someone to step up and say, this is August, boys. This is not May, not June. This is August. We need to go the other way. And my man hits 2 doubles and a triple and sparks Citizens Bank Park into a new level that night, and that was just awesome. And Justin Bour actually got a start that day, too, over Carlos. Even though Carlos came up big with an RBI, Justin Bour had 2 hits that day too, and you know, maybe Carlos is feeling a little bit of heat.
Hey, Carlos came in, had a big pinch hit RBI in that game, but I do like the options there with Bour. This is something I was excited about when we got him. Nathan Eovaldi's a righty who throws some flat fastballs. When he's off, he's really, really bad. Now, he wasn't that bad in this particular game, but I do like where Gabe Kapler's mind was. I would have also started Bour in this slot. But Bour's been hitting the ball well off the bench for us. Carlos Santana, in his first opportunity to pinch hit, gets a big pinch hit for us. So far, so good with the Bour-Carlos Santana situation. I'm okay with how the Red Sox series played out.
Yeah, I mean, even as a season series, and you look at how we played them in all 4 games. Honestly, we could have won all 4 games, which is crazy. That makes me happy. But then there are times that make me very sad. And one of these times was yesterday against the New York Mets in Game 1. And I just think so much happened that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. I don't care. One of those games. It's one of those games. No, that's crap to me. This is the MLB, and errors happen. I get it. But that is ridiculous, unacceptable, sloppy baseball, and it happens too much with this team, Dan. It happens too much, and that's what's going to hold this team out.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what the fix is. I mean, I sent you that video of Rhys Hoskins. And that was the last one. Michael Franco had 2 errors, and I get it. He's been really great as of late, but unacceptable moments. That 24-4 is just cringe.
Yeah, the Phillies became the first team in Major League Baseball history to hit 4 home runs and lose by 20.
I saw your tweet.
And lose by 20. I can't wrap my head around that. We are a solo tater machine. The errors, though, man, it's been all season long. And this is why I think Gabe Kapler should at least be in the conversation for NL Manager of the Year. He has the worst defensive team in the league. He has a first baseman in left field. We haven't had a natural shortstop playing shortstop all season long. His best lefty reliever's name is Adam Morgan. But we're not going to talk about Kapler today. The defense, man.
I was just going to say, like,
dude,
he needs to...
Dude, that fly ball that went deflected from his thumb to his forehead, just, I can't. Reese,
dude,
dog.
That happened. You do know that started game 2 as well. It happened again in game 2. They scored 2 runs.
Hey, he had just as many dingers as errors yesterday, though.
You're right.
Big time.
Well, that's big to mention. Reese is starting to get the bats going now. I believe he homered in the Red Sox game, and then in the Mets game 1, and then game 2. So that's 3 in a row now. Getting out of that funk a little bit.
Yeah, we need
that.
I still think he's going to finish with well over 30 home runs. I think if he has a good end to August and then a solid September, he could potentially finish with 40 homers because he's the kind of guy he showed last year. He can stay hot this time of year. Maybe this is going to be a trend with him. Giancarlo Stanton's another guy who doesn't always play his best baseball at the beginning half, but has ridiculous August that makes his numbers look really good at the end of the season. So hopefully Hoskins stays hot here down the stretch. We talked about this a little bit. He needs the 0 for streaks. Everyone's going to have cold streaks. He needs to turn his 0 for 30s into 0 for 15s at the most. If he can trim that down, we're looking at a 40 home run guy for sure. I actually think I posted his stats since he got called up last season amongst National Leaguers, and he's like top 5 in everything you would want to see him top 5 in. So Reese is Reese. Just got to catch the ball.
Classic. You said what? 40? Was that 24? Was that what that was yesterday?
25. He's at
25 now. Okay, 25 now. All right. Well, hey, listen. The first game was brutal garbage, and then we respond with the 9-6 win, which got a little iffy there at the end. We had to bring in Seranthony Dominguez. It was 9-6, 2 guys on, and Jose Bautista up, who hit a grand slam in game 1, but we shut him down and we got the win. But just the ups and downs. The ups and downs. It makes no sense. We beat the Red Sox. That was our best win of the season. I thought it was we had the Marlins win. That was cool because it was Michael Franco came up, crushed it or whatever. But this was the biggest win of the season. And to respond with the absolute worst, and then we come back in the same day and win again. We got to find a way to keep attacking. And today, we have Nola and Syndergaard on the mound, so we have an opportunity to do that. The bats are getting a little bit hot right now, right? We got to keep it going. We can't get into this win-loss thing. We got to put something together.
We can't because the Braves aren't going to slow down. They're a very good team. And thanks to Jose Urena, they're even more they're together now more than they were ever before. They're going to rally the troops. So if we're going to win the division, we have really got to step it up because they're not going to stop winning games. But just to make the playoffs, I'm okay. I'm okay with a wild card if we don't win the division because I Aaron Nola on the bump for a 1-game set to get in.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with that against anyone. But if we're gonna stay in this divisional race, we've got to really the win-loss, like you said, it absolutely can't happen. We got to beat these teams that we're supposed to beat if we're gonna win the division.
Yeah, and I even mentioned before that, when we were hot, I said NLDS or bust. Like, I want a series. Obviously, I would be happy with a wild card. I want playoffs at this point, knowing where the team is. I want the series. I do. I have a hard time thinking if we don't win the division that we're going to be able to compete with, say, the Cardinals. I know they're hot right now. People are sleeping on the Cardinals. I think they're still going to make that push. You have the Brewers. You have whoever doesn't win that West. You have 2 teams that don't win that West, whether it's, you have the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, the Dodgers. I just have a hard time thinking we don't win the division. That means we slipped a little bit, and then we have to compete in that bulk of 5 teams, and that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, the National League's pretty deep. The wild card race right now is thicker than a Snickers, I like to call it. It's going to come down to the wire, but I still feel good. I still feel good.
Yeah, I know. I overreact, some people would say.
Listen,
I'm a game-by-game guy. That's my job. That's my duty. That's what I do. I'm game-by-game. So we win 15-4. I'm going World Series, baby. The next night we lose 5-2 with 2 hits. Here we go. Game needs to go. You know what I'm saying?
We can play a little good cop, bad cop on here. I'm okay.
Yeah. You settle me down sometime. I'm fired up. Like, dude, can you see this? Oh, my God. And you're like, Brodes.
I'm at the gym, bro. Let me get my squats in. Leave me alone, bro.
I know. I just need some breathe. I need some.
Take a breather.
Kara sitting over there, like, shut up.
Go throw some kettle corn in the microwave or something.
I don't have Kara right now. I need you. And then you send me the gif of the baby. And he walked back.
Oh yeah, dude, that gif of the baby running into the kitchen and then back out.
Oh, that's good.
It's one of the greatest clips ever.
I used it on someone else, and I took full credit for it. They loved it.
Wow, that's great.
That's phenomenal. But yeah, let's go to the Braves thing, because I want to hear your take on that, because I thought it was crap. I mean, that's a joke, an absolute joke.
Mm-hmm.
But I played a little bit of I don't know. When I talked about it in my video, I described it as the Marlins suck, and they went after someone who's hot as hell right now, and they went after the best player in baseball at the time, who's killing the ball at leadoff and all that great stuff. But if it's Boston Red Sox, Yankees, and someone drills someone in the leg and it gets go, like, yeah, let's go, you know. So I just thought that is more of a screw you, you're doing better than me thing. Boston Red Sox, yeah. It's like, okay, it makes a little bit more sense.
I think Urania, I think he did that on his own too. Because
he did. You saw the catcher.
Yeah, for sure. JT Realmuto didn't. Yeah. Was it Realmuto behind the plate?
Yeah, it was.
He didn't react like he seen that coming. But I'll be totally honest. There's also the very real possibility that was an accident. Urania's
no shot, dude.
I agree. I do think it was on
First
purpose.
pitch.
First pitch of the game, he's been hitting
hardest pitch
dingers.
He's ever thrown at 97.
He has hit 11 batters in 20 starts though, and he sucks. He sucks. But it looked so bad. Like if he was planning on hiding behind the fact that he sucks, he needs to reflect on his life, bro. Because it was bad. Dude, if he would have just eaten it, though, it would have been muscle on the back. He did the bend to protect himself. It went right off the elbow. Nothing you can do about that. But honestly, I'm happy he's not hurt. You hate to see.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I would never, even though we're battling with the Braves, that's crap. You don't want that. And what bothers me is he gets suspended for 6 games, but is that even a start? That's ridiculous.
It's one start.
Is it though? Because you can push it back to it not being a start.
He's a minor leaguer at this point. Who even cares? If I was working with the Marlins, he'd be in AAA. To be totally real.
Well, this was the point that was argued. If he charged the mound and started feeding him, which I would have been the first one out, giving him a little how do you do? Yeah, no doubt.
I don't care if I'm a bench coach. I'm throwing hands at somebody in that situation. That was brutal.
Well, their skipper was. I was thinking, I want to get back to my topic. I want to get back to where I was going, but do you think Gabe would have showed some fire there?
Gabe's benching like 455. All he has to do is flex, and the whole team would have went back in the dugout.
Everyone falls. All right, so what was the point? If he charged the mound and gave him some, he would be suspended for 6 games, and that's 6 games instead of not even 1 start. So I just find that ridiculous. But he's healthy. It is what it is. But I think that's crazy that went down. And it feels like whenever bench brawls happen, it happens. Because the Dodgers, Giants had one right before that, too. Puig getting into it.
Puig's always getting into it with somebody. Did you see Andrew McCutcheon's play-by-play of that?
How amazing was that, dude?
One of the best Instagram stories I've ever seen in my life. He said, man, my reaction time is not good.
Yeah, he said, I felt some breeze. I'm looking back. That's the bullpen.
And then after I seen his little story of it, I went back and rewatched it. He really was the last one to the pile.
Yeah. He said, by the time I got there, I was just holding on to people. It cuts to him just holding on, man.
It's so good.
I love it. I love it. So, yeah, the Phillies team is, we're finding our bats right now, which is good. We're finding the rhythm. They scare me. I'm very hit or miss on them day by day. I don't know what to think of them.
As
And
you
I feel like
should
that's
be.
fair.
They're
That's what
young.
they give me, though.
They're
That's
young.
what they give
That's
me.
what they give you because they're young.
Yeah. Well, I think the Wilson Ramos edition is insanely huge. I mean, he got 3 hits again yesterday.
He's 6
Is he
hits
going
in
to
2
keep
games.
that up? Is he going to keep that up? I don't know.
No,
But
he's not going to keep that up. But we haven't seen a dinger yet. That's going to happen because that's what he does.
It was the Boston one was this close off the wall. Yeah, I was thinking,
he owns that right center gap, bro.
Get out. I know. Oh, it's phenomenal. You think he gets one off Syndergaard tonight?
Oh, if you catch a barrel with Syndergaard, it's gone for anybody. That man throws straight up cheddar.
See, that's what scares me. But you do know we have Syndergaard, DeGrom, Scherzer our next 3 games.
Hold on. Is DeGrom pitching on Sunday?
No, he's pitching Saturday.
Wait, who do we play Sunday? We play
the Mets. The 5-game series because of a rainout.
Okay. So who's pitching for the Mets in the Little League Classic?
Let's find out.
I did not
right
do
here.
my research.
Yeah.
I know we have Arrieta pitching.
Vargas.
Oh, taters, bro. We're winning that game.
And Pavetta.
Oh, is it Pavetta? Oh, Jake's pitching Saturday then.
Yeah, so it's DeGrom versus Arrieta, and it's Syndergaard versus Nola tonight. I mean, those are some good matchups for us the next 2 days, but at least we have our 1 and 2 against their 1 and 2.
Okay, so when DeGrom pitches, that means Arrieta's going to throw a gem.
Yep.
We can win that game 2-1.
Maybe a couple unearned runs, just throwing out, how it might go down.
No, or just take the Carlos Santana approach, take some pitches, get him out of the game by the 7th, and then win it in the 9th, because the Mets aren't going to score any runs with DeGrom out there. They've been scoring for him recently. Let me stop. They've been scoring for him recently. Oh, the Mets own CBP.
They hit 25 hits, dude, in the first game.
I had people trying to troll me on Twitter yesterday because they lost by 20. I said, "What? Do you even follow me? I am aware that the Mets dominate this building. I expect nothing less ever."
Dude, I was dying at your tweet about what's his name, Nick. When the Subway Series, the Mets fan on YouTube, Nick or whatever. What's his name?
Giraffe Mark? My boy Mark.
Mark. Yeah. Dude, the Mets series with he cracks me up. He cracks me up with that. Yeah, I didn't realize he was so active on Twitter. I just watched some of his videos here and there.
Dude, he trolls Yankees fans on an extraordinary level. His Yankee trolling is some of the greatest things I've ever seen on Twitter.
Yeah. He goes, it doesn't even bother me. It doesn't even bother me. I'm a Mets fan. Yeah. I love it. He would have me dying. But so we got to finish out this series with the Mets, and right now we're 1.5 games back of the Atlanta Braves. We're in touch, we're in distance to make a push here. We got to get more consistent. That's where we are right now. So, Any final thoughts? Jerry's final thoughts? Can I do that? That might not be.
These are my thoughts on what I've been thinking.
Do you know what Jerry's final thoughts is?
From what?
Jerry Springer.
Is it? I've never watched a full episode front to back.
Fun fact for you: when I played junior hockey, our coach, we had a showcase in Connecticut, and he said, "Bring your IDs, boys." And we're like, "What? Is our owner gonna bring us to a strip club?" We're like, "Where the hell are we going?" We go. This could be off the record. I don't know where we're going, but we went to the Jerry Springer show. We're all like, "Get the hell out of here!" He pulls out a box of T-shirts, and it says, "Hockey players get it in deep." That was a T-shirt. We pull up to Jerry Springer. I couldn't believe it. And it was the funniest thing in the world. I have this video on my phone that I have to show you right now.
I'm gonna crying.
Dude, I was dancing on stage at Jerry Springer.
Look at the flow. That's unbelievable. I can't deal with you.
Yeah, it was real. No. It happened. Yeah, Jerry chants and everything.
That's so good.
So, this is the final thoughts of Sports Talk with Brodes, the Dan and Brodes show. Thanks for hanging on. I don't know if that made the cut.
Oh, no, it's definitely going to make the cut.
Oh,
but
that's great.
The Phillies need to win at least 2 out of these last 3 with the Mets. Those are my final thoughts.
I agree with you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.